All right, guys. So we're finally back. It's been a long year. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year for pretty much everybody.
It's late November now.
And in typical November fashion for us, we decided to make a
bit of a purchase.
A drastic one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a drastic.
A big decision. We
Somewhat
pretty much
life-changing.
wanted to guarantee that our year next year was going to be a good year.
Yep. And sometimes the right deal just comes along at the right time, and sometimes you just go for it.
So tell them what we bought, Carter.
We bought a race car.
You look like you're on cops. You, stop right there. So what is this? What have you done to this? What have you done?
This thing went pop pop and Popo said no no.
Alright guys, so this is our 1990 Toyota Celica. This was a car that was actually already kind of built as a race car, not completely built out for what we needed it to be, but already was a great shell, it already had a roll cage, we'll get some good shots of that. And of course it had this wonderful heart of gold, or more of a heart of the silver, right? So if you guys are familiar with Justin's 8.6, you've been watching the channel, he has a silver top 20 valve in his 8.6. So finding a 1990 Celica that already had a 20 valve swapped into it was just pretty much perfect. We already have the knowledge set to be able to work on this engine. And it offers way more power than the 5SFE ever dreamed of having stock in here. Maybe not as much torque, but way more horsepower and way more, 7,400 RPM fun. So, it needs a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of a tune-up, but overall it runs really healthily. We've gotten it up into some higher RPMs and it pulls. I mean, it's not blow your doors off fast, but it's not slow. It's going to be a great kind of beginner car for us. Being front-wheel drive, being high revving, not too torquey, it should have a nice comfortable limit that we'll be able to, push ourselves towards. So.
Are you recording already? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
So this baby came with a set of, I think actually they're KWs, aren't they?
Yep,
I'm pretty sure they're KWs. So we got a set of KW coilovers with some custom-made camber plates, which haven't quite figured out how those work yet, but apparently they work.
Nice wheels too.
Got the Koses. K1s need a bath.
Yep, as you guys can see, there's a little bit of ducting that's already been put in there, so kind of hard to see, but the previous owner went ahead and did some custom ducting to get brake cooling from the front, but supposedly it's pretty functional. I guess we'll figure that out.
So we got Hawk DTCs all around, performance brake fluid, pretty much standard track ready stuff. So probably the second biggest selling point of the car, and the reason why we decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on this car in particular, other than the 4AG20 valve, which as you know we're very familiar with, is that it has a full SCCA spec roll cage in it already with the single door bar, which is exactly what we need for the series we're going to be racing in, as well as the Kirky seat, which we'll probably end up switching out. Momo steering wheel, quick release, nice tachometer, oil pressure or oil temperature, water temperature, you know, basic goodies you need for a race car.
Awkward just standing here.
What I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
As you guys have probably seen in a number of our other videos, Justin has posted a Rolex video. You know that we have a passion for endurance racing. That's sort of what we kind of cut our teeth on watching and going and attending, and eventually I think the natural progression is to start doing it.
Yep.
And that's why we thought this car was going to be ideal. But endurance racing requires a lot of hours behind the wheel, and it's kind of a large task for just a couple guys to do. So Jesse, it's Jesse Drifts, came into our life, you know, earlier this year, and you know, we just talked to him one day. We were talking about building a race car maybe, and he was all in immediately coming into it. So, you know, he put the cash.
It was like
down.
a week later.
It was a week later. Yeah, we found this on Facebook Marketplace, and we ended up going and buying it. So we all went full send into this. So the series we're looking to compete in next year will be the Champ Car Series, if you've heard of it. It's predominantly an East Coast series, but I do think they have a couple West Coast
They do.
races.
I think they do Laguna Seca and a couple others.
But being here in Florida, we're kind of in a mecca for motorsports. I mean, we have Daytona, we have Sebring, you know, you got Homestead Miami. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's actually 3 races that we can compete in. So we're looking to do Daytona first next year, then Palm Beach International Raceway, which is down in the Jupiter, West Palm area, and then of course ending the year at Sebring.
Yeah, so the Champ Car Series was pretty much ideal for us because it's you know, it's amateur racing. It's low cost to get into, and the requirements on the car are not exactly stringent. So it's basically it's based around safety and having a stock car in order to keep costs of racing low.
Yeah, so there are a couple things about this car that we're gonna have to work through as we're driving in as we enter this series, because having the engine swap, there are some hoops we may have to jump through. We'll still be able to compete, but you know, the class we'll be able to compete in is a little bit up in the air at the moment. But regardless, this car will be legal to be able to run, and it's really just a great starting point for us.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we have dreams of grandeur to go further than this, but you got to get your foot in the door somewhere.
Yep,
And
this is the starting point.
And what better than a Toyota?
exactly. It's the reliability
Exactly.
factor, right? You got to
Exactly.
run a car for 14 hours.
14 hours.
That's what made me make the decision in 1 week. I was like, Toyota, let's get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are lots of different race formats for this series. So
Yeah, so the Daytona race will be the first race that we'll run in. That is April 10th, and that is a 14-hour endurance race starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday, going to, I think that's 10 p.m. at
Yep.
night. All the rules state that all drivers can only drive for a maximum of 2 hours at a time, so we will be switching out as well as running our own pit and doing all that. So it's gonna be fun. And then the second race after that won't be until September.
Yep.
That's at Palm Beach International Raceway, and they updated the schedule just a little bit ago. I think it's September 17th and 18th.
Yep.
It's a 7-hour race on Friday and an 8-hour race on Saturday, and then we will end the year at Sebring in December, which will be another double
Split
enduro.
enduro. Yeah,
Yep.
double enduro.
So that'll be a Friday-Saturday race. I think both of those are 7-hour races for that.
Yep. So yeah, that's, you know, for a starting year getting in the series, it'll give us lots of seat time, lots of opportunity for us to be able to really develop our racecraft and learn what it takes to actually be a race team. I mean, what's great too is that you obviously can only drive for 2 hours at a time, so you'll have to take time to rest, but then you have other opportunities within the race team. There's other positions and seats that you'll need to fill. So sometimes you're going to be the fire extinguisher guy. Sometimes you're going to be helping the driver actually change positions. You know, egress in and out of the car.
Yeah, we'll have. It's required that you have full race radio. You have full, not telemetry, but at least
Lap
track timers.
transponder, as well
Yeah.
as a flag system, so
Yep.
you can actually see what flags are being
Yeah,
waved.
so we'll always be in the ear of the other driver. We'll be filming with GoPros and just really trying to progress and
Yep.
learn.
We're going to
Yeah,
take you along the way.
Yep. So look out for obviously lots more content now that we finally have introduced the car, and of course Jesse's a part of this. check out his channel. It's Jesse Drifts. The link is going to be in the description of this video. Give him a follow. He's going to have lots of content about this too. It's a great team effort. It's great to be doing it. Great
And
friends.
drifting.
And drifting, of course, yeah. So
I mean, it's Jesse Drifts.
it's look out for more, guys. We're really excited about this and can't wait to bring you along.
Yep.
Yes.